same for the occasion. As AAPAM, we run most of our programs throughout the year in line with the SDGs and Agenda 2063. And this particular team is meant to ensure that as far as integration and inclusivity is concerned with the citizens, this is done to participate in the process that impact in your own lives. These values also aim at building peaceful and inclusive societies, providing access to justice for all, and developing accountable institutions. I think that the message that we are giving. The citizens are pushing this hard, they are going on strike, they are making demonstrations, as Mr. Fuba said, all to ensure that we are accountable, whilst ensuring participatory and representative decision-making at all levels of government. Let us not forget that one of the key imperatives for achieving inclusive and sustainable development is the need for reduction of inequality. As a complex concept, inequality could be understood not only in terms of the distribution of income between the individuals, but also to be found in the political, social, cultural, and environmental domains. Rising inequalities in recent times, we are all aware of this, all throughout the whole world. If you watch TV like Al Jazeera, BBC, every day there's rising demonstrations from the citizens. These have led to also in large-scale protests and social movements around the world, all calling for some form of accountability. There is therefore the need to institutionalize citizens' participation, and that's why we are making through our various constitutions to enable open up of space for people to participate in the formulation, management, and monitoring of policies so that they better reflect citizens' needs. And the underlying issue is the issue of citizens' needs. Not my need, not your needs. I'm a citizen, but if we bring all others together, the citizens of all of us, your villages, the people that we call villagers, who didn't go to school and all that, some of them are even more clever than us. So the need that we put on the table must engulf all that what we say. There's also the need to use affirmative actions policies to promote greater access to disadvantaged or underrepresented groups of public institutions to ensure equal rights to participation and representation of all the various groups. Today, if Africa is to achieve the full benefits of participation, inclusivity, and integration, governments, as well as public service and public institutions like us, must build the appropriate institutions and capacities in order to meet the processes and the challenges of the values that we are talking about. Many governments have started anyway to make efforts at encouraging citizens' participation and inclusivity in their administration systems and processes. Nations are moving more towards aspects of e-governance, enhanced access to information, regional balance, consideration of minorities, and gender equity. There are a lot of efforts is going on. In the case of the public service, those of us here, and from AAPAM point of view, these days when we talk about public service, we are even talking about the NGOs, the civil society, the public, and even the private sector, because we see all these agencies are key stakeholders of public administration and public policy making. So we as public service servants cannot make decisions and ignore all these things. From that point of view, as AAPAM, we have tried to bring all these people together in our effort to build capacity. So what we are saying is that in the case of public service of Africa, we must be able to drive the capacity, abilities of the citizens to adequately participate. Some of them are apathetic, they don't know what is going on. So it is our responsibility to drive them to adequately participate in government decisions, embrace inclusivity, especially in the appointments. Some of them run away from appointments, development initiatives, and decisions. As public service, we should also be capable of creating sustainable synergies across various sectors, groups, and individuals in fostering efficient service delivery and development among themselves and with others. That is the purpose why we are brought you here today. Before I conclude, let me take the opportunity to market the institution for which I work, that is AAPAM. So I wish to take the opportunity to update you on some of the things that as AAPAM we have done in recent years. We have successfully introduced what we call capacity development training programs. And this is done in between one roundtable conference, as my vice president has told you, to the next roundtable conference. We have introduced what we call the training programs, and this is a typical example. And we do so in partnership with the institutions. Some of the institutions we partner are DPSA in South Africa, the School of Public Management in the University of Victoria. We also partner institutions called the United Cities and Local Governments of Africa, the University of Botswana, the Kenya School of Government, the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, the Uganda Management Institute, and the National Institute of Public Administration of Zambia. These are institutions that we partner and locate training programs as we go along. This year, as I stand here, we have already organized 3, and this is the 4th one that we are organizing. We've done similar programs in Kenya, Uganda, Zambia, and as I've said, 4th one in South Africa. There's a possibility that we'll do a 2nd one in Kenya, and then partner UCLG in a program in Morocco after our roundtable conference. We have also spearheaded in order to build capacity for AAPAM itself and for all of you. We have established wide collaboration and working relationship with numerous institutions throughout the whole world. And right from Morocco, Tunisia, Latin America, Middle East, the US, the Canada, Europe, and today in China. AAPAM also participates in what we call the World Government Summit organized annually in Dubai by the United Arab Emirates Ministry of Happiness. And I've been telling some of the Africans that were there. In some countries, they have a ministry called Ministry of Happiness. You may doubt it, but it exists. And that is what calls us to do a World Government Summit, and they show us how they are happy there, the indicators of happiness. So they tell us that if you go back to Africa and ensure that your people are happy. I will wish to see one day South Africa or Kenya should be able to establish a Ministry of Happiness. As I conclude, let me further announce that in November 6th and 9th, this has been said already, but just for purposes of emphasis, the government of Botswana will host the AAPAM 39th Roundtable Conference in Gaborone. And as we have already heard, this is just 45 minutes flight. And here, if you go by road, it's less than 3 hours or around 3 hours. So we are expecting to see all of you. They call your friends and everybody. The good thing about our conferences is the networking. You learn new things. You expose yourself. More so, the theme for the period is what is to spearhead development in line with the SDGs in the AU and the European. So you cannot miss it. More so, at the last executive committee meeting, it was decided that many of you, especially the ministers and the high-profile people, find it difficult to stay for 5 days. For that reason, the Botswana conference has been reduced for 4 days. So when you come, South Africans will say, sharp, sharp, we will do finish, make sure you get everything, and then you go back home and continue your work. So at this point, in order not to repeat most of the things that have been said, I express my gratitude to all the agencies which have collaborated with us, especially the DPSA, the School of Public Management and Administration. I thank the governments which have sponsored all of you to this important seminar. But I just want to emphasize that the issue of inclusivity, integration, and participation by citizens is key to development. And if you carry along the citizens, we will never fail, because sometimes even when we fail, they are prepared to shoulder the responsibility instead of pushing the blame to you. On this note, I thank all of you. I thank the organizers of this conference. I thank Dr. Patrick. I thank my staff who come with me. They do all the work for me. Some beautiful young girls. They do all the work for me. I just come to make some protocols. So I'm very grateful to all of you. On this note, I welcome you on behalf of AAPAM again and wish you a very good stay in the seminar. Thank you very much.